Well, I find them very flattering. Yes, I am a fan of Faulkner. I've also been compared to J.D. Salinger, who wrote The Catcher in the Rye, a very big book in America about a teenage boy. Backroads was compared to it. I was very flattered by that. One comparison that's one of my favorite that I was most flattered by was having a French journalist compare me to Zola. Called my second book, Coal Run, The American Germinal. I was, very excited about that because I'm a big fan of Zola. And I've been compared to Steinbeck, who I also love. Yeah, I find them very flattering, and but at the same time, I don't really take them that seriously. It's nice to hear, but you have to kind of just take it in stride. There are also going to be people out there who think you're not good at all. So, it's nice to hear, but it hasn't inflated my ego or anything like that. So. Well, I have always been writing. Ever since I was a little kid, I have been writing short stories. I loved to read from the time I was very, very young, and I had a great imagination and a fascination with language. So it was sort of a natural thing then for me to also become a writer, a storyteller. And I've always been doing it. I wrote my first novel when I was 22, and I spent many, many years. I went to college to be a journalist. I worked as a journalist. I got married. I had children. I was busy with all that, but at the same time I was writing novels and trying to get them published. It took me 10 years and 5 novels that did not get published before I finally did get a novel published. So I've been at it a long time. I faced a lot of rejection. I just write through everything because it's definitely my passion in life. Sometimes though too it's more like an affliction because it's not always bringing you good things, but it's something I have no control over. I will always write. I've always been writing. So I did not ever decide, I think I'll be a writer as a job, because I would never ever recommend anyone be a writer as a job. If you want to make an income, if you want to make a living, no. Do something else. Well, I truly appreciate my French fans. It's a thrill for me as an American author to be just to have my books published in France, and to know that I do in fact have a pretty strong following. It's great for me as a writer to know that my work translates into other cultures, and I definitely appreciate my French fans, and I'm always happy to come here because the French love writers. Americans could care less about writers. We make good writers, but the Americans themselves don't really care that much about them, and so when you come to France as an American writer, you suddenly feel important, and you feel respected, and of course I always will take any trip to France, to get the food and the wine and the champagne, which I'm going to go have right now. So.